Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Tilson Live. It is Tuesday. It is 2 o'clock. We are live on Facebook and live on YouTube, coming at you to talk about all things building on your land. I'm Eric Allard, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family, joined as I am each and every week by Dawn Dantzler, our Vice President of Marketing and Customer Experience. Good afternoon, Dawn.
Good afternoon, Eric. How are you doing?
I'm doing spectacular because I am inside an air-conditioned space. So if you are outside in Texas right now, please stay hydrated, wear sunscreen, and wear long sleeves and hats, and all the things, because it is apocalyptic hot outside.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I hear the Northeast is like flooding away. It's going to leave us. So I think we could do a little equilibrium here, But yes, welcome to Tilson Live. It's Tuesday, 2 o'clock. Folks, jump in and tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you are in. We are here to answer all of your questions about building a home on your land, which obviously, as we've said a gazillion times, a very different experience, very different skill set than building a production subdivision home or buying a used home. So jump in, tell us where you're watching from, tell us where you're building. Tell us what part of the process maybe you're just starting this process. Maybe you're thinking about escaping suburbia or escaping urbanism and getting out to your own peaceful, tranquil piece of land. Or maybe you're already headed down that road. You've got the land. You know exactly where you want to be. You inherited it from Mima and Papa. And you just have questions about, how do I get this thing I see online that is squares and lines built out here? What do I do about power? What do I do about water? What do I do about driveways? Who clears this thing? Who's responsible for what? How do I pay for it? Is the builder going to take my money and run away as soon as I give them that first payment? Like, is that what they do? That's what that's what the internet said people do. So it must be what happens. Anyway, so folks, jump in. And while folks are jumping in, Dawn, you're going to tell us what in the world we're talking about today.
Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is one of our model homes up in Melissa. We're going to talk about the Rockwall, because I know not everybody makes it to all of the different design centers. So we like to every once in a while kind of show you inside some of the models and the locations that you may not have been able to visit to on your own. So really, Rockwall is actually one of my favorite plans, just because of how versatile it is. We have some really cool custom options that are designed for that plan. So a lot of different uses for the space that I wanted to talk through a little bit today. After we show everybody what we did in the model, we can talk through some of the other options, and it'll be a great experience. I'm not sure what happened to my camera, but hopefully I will come back. I promise I'm still here. I guess you can hear me.
I hear you fine. Yeah, you're coming through loud and clear.
But yeah, so we're going to show you the Rockwall model.
All right. So, folks, again, jump in. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building, what part of the process you're in. Maybe you're already a customer of ours and you're bebopping along. You've had your site evaluation. Maybe you're under construction. Maybe you have questions about what happens next. That's what we're here to help with. I don't know if we have any realtors watching. Oh, you're coming back. And now I'm getting dizzy. All right. And you're back.
Okay.
You're
Hopefully
back.
I'm here to stay.
I don't think anybody comes to see me, so it's really important that your camera be working. All right, so folks, again, jump in, tell us where you're watching from, what is going on, and what brought you to this process. Why do you want to build on your own land? We'll talk about that, because it's different for different people. If you're a realtor and maybe you're looking for options for your clients, because let's face it, there's not really a lot of options out there on the market. There are not a lot of used homes in inventory. So tell us what you're thinking. Also, welcome everyone to what one person referred to as the worst WebEx they'd ever watched. So we want to welcome you to that.
You went there.
Very excited to have you. Hey, look, we're not for everybody. I that actually did happen, but I stole that idea from a Pluckers. There was which is a wing place for those who don't know, but there was a Pluckers by where our corporate office is down in Washington, near the high in Rice Military, old part of Houston. Anyway, they had a big, gigantic sign, that they could change things on, and it said, "Worst wings in Houston," said one Yelp user.
That one guy on Yelp.
That was very catchy, but yeah. So anyway, if you're not looking to learn about building a home on your land, this is probably not the place for you. Also, if you're not into curious banter about the sights and sounds and great things that this state has to offer, you're probably not going to enjoy yourself very much. But if you like any of those things, or remotely interested, or like dad jokes, because I can deal those out as well, then you are in the right place. Dawn, who's joining us and why?
All right, we've got Jimmy, who is, let's see, all right, watching from San Antonio, almost done with our home build process.
Oh, very nice.
Awesome.
Cool.
And I think he came in and said he is building a Nottingham C.
Beautiful. Oh, I love the
Great
Nottingham.
home. Yeah. And then we've got Michelle. Hey there, watching from Canyon Lake.
Hello, Michelle.
We've got Jesse, who is howdy off this week to move things into our house.
Oh, congratulations.
In Gillespie County, lounging on my couch in our new build. That's awesome.
Humble brag.
Yes, that's so exciting. I'm so happy for you guys.
Yeah.
And then we've got Kumar joining us from India.
Hey, what's up, Kumar?
We've got Rebecca. Have y'all ever built a dog trot style home?
So I'm going to go with specifically probably no, but it's sticks and bricks, Rebecca. So I mean, what you're talking about is basically a house, the two which they're joined by, they're like basically a covered porch. You're running through the middle of them, a breezeway maybe. So that's what I think of when I think of a dog trot style. So the dog can trot in between. So they were very popular back in the olden days where the kitchens were like wood burning and dangerous, and all the fuel and everything was on one side of the home, wood cooking, wood stove, all that kind of stuff, and then there was like a breezeway or porch separating that from the living quarters. I don't know if that's what you're looking for. Certainly not an open concept type of build, as you could not actually see the kitchen.
Open in the middle.
It is open in the middle, but I mean, if there's something you're looking at and want to take a look at, we'd be glad to look at it. You're talking about foundation and walls. It's nothing complicated, really.
Okay, so. Awesome. And then we've got Chris watching from Fort Worth, building in Possum Kingdom. My neighbor is about to close on our Rockwall soon. I'm hoping to close on our Wimberley soon. Awesome.
Oh, nice, Chris. Thanks for sharing.
Both very nice homes. Awesome.
All right. So, folks, continue to jump in. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you're in. We love hearing from you. Also, of course, any and all questions are welcome. Okay. So we're here to help you along this way, help you on this journey, bring transparency, and help you understand because it's just really the fear of the unknown is kind of what holds people back. And there's no reason, because we've been doing this for 92 years-ish. There's no reason that there should be any more unknowns. So holler and we will answer those questions for you.
All right. Awesome. Well, in the meantime, let's go ahead and start taking a look and talking about the Rockwall.
Yes.
Actually, let me use yours. There we go. All right. So the Rockwall is in our Melissa Design Center, and it's just a beautiful mix of stone and brick and hardy. So just really kind of showing off all of the different exterior options. And then we've got that rough sawn wood there too. So just a very stunning model when you come up on it. It's got a very large front porch in addition to a big back porch. So just very, very cool house.
Yeah, you're going to see some pictures of it, folks. But if you get the chance to go to the Melissa Design Center, you need to go, because it is one of the places, one of the probably 3 or 4 that still looks like, although not much longer, but it still looks like you would be dreaming. I mean, you look out the back porch of this Rockwall model, and it's a creek and big giant oak trees. It's you can really see yourself living in this type of environment. It's very, very serene, very peaceful for being right on the freeway.
Right. Plus, it's super close to Buc-ee's, so
it is very close to Buc-ee's.
Always a plus.
Yes.
So the base floor plan on the Rockwall, it comes in at just a little over 2,800 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. The model that we actually did has the bonus room as well. So we did the 2-story version for the model, which brings it up to just under 3,500 square feet and adds an extra bathroom upstairs. So you've got an additional full bath up in that bonus space that also has a theater room. Several things that make this plan so popular with everybody is it has something people ask us about a lot. It's got a garage, and not just one, but 2. So it includes 2 attached garages. So one that's kind of like a storage garage meant for like your lawn equipment or your ATVs, those types of things. Your toy garage. Yeah. And that's separated by a covered porch from your main garage, which is a full 2-car garage. But then it also has a very large storage area / workshop on that garage as well. So it's really just a a dream for rural life. And if you love being outdoors and doing things with your hands and having, all that workshop stuff, it's a great plan for that. It is a true split bedroom plan. So the master suite is really off all on its own, far away from all the other bedrooms, and the rest of the other bedroom is completely on the opposite side of the home. So everybody has their own privacy. It does come designed, with a dining room and a flex room that we've staged as a study, but those can be used for whatever purpose you like, because it actually has one of the nicest breakfast nooks, in my opinion, that we have in our homes, because it has a built-in storage area within that. So you have like that built-in kind of, china cabinet kind of in storage area in that breakfast area that's attached directly to your kitchen. So just very versatile plan, lots of things that can be done with it.
Yeah, I'll be able to share some on hand, firsthand experience of this, because we spend pretty much every Christmas at my wife's sister's home, which we built them a Rockwall out in Driftwood, Texas. So
nice.
we have places where all the cousins go, and then where we stay and where we eat, and how we use the breakfast nook for like everything, even with 14 or 16 people there. So it's a very, very versatile home.
Yes, very good. But let's go ahead and take a look at the exterior, the living room, and the kitchen.
Let's check it out. So as you approach the Rockwall model home here in Melissa, Texas, you're going to notice how we've used brick and stone and board and bat hardy plank siding as kind of accentuate the brick gable look on this home, kind of bringing the hill country look along with a craftsman's sort of style. So you're going to walk up to the front door. You're going to notice that it's wider than most what you've ever seen. It's a 42-inch wide, so 3.5 foot wide, 8-foot tall door, which is not only beautiful in the scale of this home, but actually makes moving furniture inside really, really easy. So as you enter the family room of the Rockwall model home here in Melissa, you cannot help but notice the massive windows that look out onto your land in the back. And we're really lucky here in that we have a creek and a bunch of trees running through the back, so you can really visualize how this space is going to look on your own land. You're going to notice that it's an over 20 foot by 20 foot family room, and we've opted to put a fireplace in there with a full stone face, raised stone hearth, and a large cedar mantle to really make a focal point of the family room. But with or without that, it's got plenty of room to hang out, enjoy lots of folks, or just relax in a cozy family environment. So the kitchen is wide open to the family room, which allows everybody who's either in the family room or in the kitchen to interact with one another. You're going to notice that we've spared no expense on the island. It's a really beautiful focal point of the kitchen, really exquisite, large working space. You can gather around there. You can use it as a buffet if you have a lot of folks over, or if you're just getting the kids ready for school in the morning, great place for them to eat their cereal and head out the door. So that's just to get started in the kitchen. You're also going to notice a significant number of cabinets in there. We've used a lot of the walls for cabinet space, a lot of pull-outs, a lot of built-ins, places for trash cans. You have a walk-in pantry, you've got built-in microwave, built-in oven, space for a very large refrigerator. You've got a commercial-style hood. We've used subway tile to kind of complete the look, and a really beautiful quartz countertop. But granite will be included no matter what you do.
All right.
Yeah, the front porch is the picture. It's a beautiful picture, but it really doesn't do it justice, because the door is so big, 3.5 feet wide, 8 feet tall, that scale wise, like, it's a big porch. Very pretty. A lot of stone. I mean, those light fixtures are almost 2 feet tall.
Oh wow! Okay.
Like it's a big, large plan. Pretty house. Really big, pretty house.
Really, really pretty. Nice. And then this is the foyer, and you've got the dining room on one side and that flex area that we use as a study on the other. We only put in the formal exit signs for you if they are required, by your city ordinance, like ours. That's the only thing about these models, is that you'll see it appears in other places too, that we were required to put up things because we're considered
I get it. Like if you can't find your way out of a house, maybe this process isn't for you. Perhaps that should be the first litmus test. Gosh.
All right.
Yeah.
And then there's that huge family room with just the big windows are so big, lets in so much natural light. It's just gorgeous. And then open up to that kitchen and breakfast area there. Like Eric mentioned, we did put a fireplace in this one, so you can see what that looks like. And just, big space, lots of room for entertaining.
And I said, every Christmas Eve and Christmas morning there in Driftwood, we've got 16, 20 people in there, and obviously having it open to the kitchen, which we'll see in a minute, helps immensely. The picture down below makes it incredible. You can sit at the bar and people on the couches and kids running around everywhere. It's good times.
Yeah. It's very nice. And then here's that view of that kitchen that is so big, it's actually hard to get it all in one picture. But you can see just how much cabinet space you have in there, because there's additional cabinets in that island itself. It's a very large island. You've got pantry cabinets, you've got the built-in oven, a built-in microwave, just all of that happening. So loads and loads of counter space and cabinet space, lots of storage in this kitchen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. We've had a couple of other people joining us and asking us questions. So let's talk to them before we go and look at the next video. So we have Kimberly joining us, watching from Ellis County, building a Canyon A. Framing is in progress. Nice.
Congratulations.
We've got Barbara Ann. I'm not going to sing because I'm sure she's heard that in real life.
Yeah, don't do that.
She'll be building a Breckenridge in Blanco. Can't wait. That's awesome.
Oh, very nice. That'll be a beautiful home.
Yeah, that's going to be nice. We got Will coming in from Klondike. Hey, Will.
What's up, Will?
How's the farm doing?
Hot. I bet you.
Oh, I'm sure. It's very, very hot.
Hot.
Then we have a friend joining us from YouTube. We've loved our Rockwall, closed back in February in McKinney, kind of down New Hope Road.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. Very pretty.
Then we've got Mark, from Mark and Cindy to the Tilson family. Big kudos for the Saturday seminar in spring. We spoke to Eric about water supply to our property and met Dawn, among other Tilson stars. Hey, Mark.
Great meeting you, Mr. Sheffield.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a good event.
Getting out there to the middle of nowhere, if I recall, in Lee County. Lee or Bastrop, I think in Lee County.
Yeah. Let's see. We've got Linda. Hi from Justin, formerly from Colorado Springs. Our custom Canyon C is almost done in Wise County, and Colton has been fantastic. Eric looks like he's got some video advice for you. I think your camera is focusing on your mic.
Oh.
So let's see if that clears him up. Thanks. Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, I need help I can get. Actually, this is just how I look, Linda.
He just is fuzzy. Yeah.
Just fuzzy.
And Barbara Ann is watching in San Antonio. Awesome.
All right.
Very good. Well, let's take a look at the master suite in this home.
Let's check it out. So immediately off of the kitchen is probably the best kept secret of the Rockwall model home, and that is its master suite. It really is like its own home within a home. It's got its own foyer leading into it, and as you walk into the master, the ceilings immediately shoot up to a beautiful cedar trim detail piece and a beautiful windows looking out the back. We have some casement windows that you can open up on a beautiful day, and you have a gorgeous view of your land looking out from your king-size furniture. The jewel of the master suite, immediately adjacent to the master bedroom, is the bathroom itself. You have an oversized walk-in shower, one of the largest showers we put in any of our homes, as well as a separate soaking tub, of course his and hers vanities, laundry hamper cabinets, lots of storage in the water closet, and access from both the bedroom and the bathroom to one of the largest walk-in closets we have in any of our premier model homes. But in time?
Yeah, it's just gorgeous.
Yeah, beautiful. So we switched up cameras. We're going to see if that makes a difference or not. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the master bedroom in this one, and again, it being its own secluded space, like there is no reason to go to this part of the house unless you're headed to the owner's retreat. So there's no other hallway traffic, nothing. Like it is its own sequestered, quaint space. It's really
yes. I just love the ceilings in this bedroom. Like it's so tall and so swinging. Again, this is one, it's like so big, it's hard to get it captured in the picture. Yeah. So you see just a little bit of it.
Without doing the full fisheye lens thing.
But just absolutely beautiful.
Even with big furniture, like we go out of our way to put very large furniture in the models, and so still plenty of space.
Plenty of space, and huge windows, just lots of light coming in. Just a great little retreat.
All right, so now.
And then the master bathroom, also just stunning. Lots of cabinetry in there, so lots of storage. You've got, the hamper cabinets, so all the dirty clothes have their place. You get his and her vanities. I love the way in the model how we've made the one size, we did the his height, I guess is what it's called, on the one, and then you've got the vanity space on the other side. Got the built-in, got your soaking tub and a very large walk-in shower, which is super nice.
Yeah, it is. And of course the laundry hamper, which it looks, it is deceiving how much space is inside those things.
Mhm.
I think that one's almost 2.5, maybe. Yeah, I think it's 30 inches or so wide, maybe wider. And I mean, the shelves, it's all 2 feet deep. Of course, you got room for the hamper below if you want to do that, or you can actually put shelves below if you'd rather. But it's a lot of storage in there for all the toiletries and utilities that go into the bathroom space.
Yes. And now what I feel is the true gem of
Yes.
this home, that master closet. And I've actually included the floor plan on this slide because
Yeah, walk us through this because there's kind of a lot going on.
so I wanted to point out the reason I did that. The top is what you see when you go and you visit it in the model, and so you can see kind of in that larger picture how there's kind of like that little cubby that goes back, because we very much believe in giving you every inch of storage space that we possibly can in our homes. And like I mentioned at the beginning, we did put the upstairs bonus space on the model, which means we have a staircase. So what that is actually leading to is you've got understairs storage. Now, had we not done the second floor on this model, the master closet actually would have been bigger. It would have been full height and gone all the way out. So that's what I'm showing in the bottom floor plan, is how that closet, even as massive as it is in the model itself, it's bigger when you
It's almost
build
the
it
size
without.
of the garage.
It really is. Like it's pretty much its own room, guys, and
Yeah.
that's amazing. I love that. I love
It's the
everything
only
about
closet
that.
I know of in recent Tilson history that has 2 doors going into it.
Yes, so you've got a door from the actual bedroom itself and one from the
Yeah,
bathroom as
'cause who has
well.
time
And
to walk all the way out of the bathroom and around and get into it? So,
yes,
but yeah, the little cubby we have it set up, great space for storing luggage or things like that. If you don't want to put
mhm.
them up in the attic, which is an
The
option,
Christmas stuff that you only pull out once a year, that kind of stuff. It's
right?
a great space for that.
For sure.
That it's still an air conditioned space. You don't have to worry about anything happen to it in storage, but it's out of your way. So
Yeah.
that's really nice to have. I love how we do that.
Yeah, I mean,
When we
it's
build our homes.
they're paying for the square footage, right? So if we can figure
Right.
out a way to leverage it, let's do that. Um, sometimes we can when we can, and we can't. It's a little bit trickier with 2-story homes
Mhm.
because you do have to have some chases upstairs. It'll sometimes look like there's some voids upstairs. That's where HVAC ductwork is coming down to the first floor, or sometimes where venting from maybe utility room or bathroom downstairs is going up. But for the most part, our drafting team is stellar, and they go out of their way to make sure that you're getting pretty well every usable cubic foot you can possibly get.
Yeah, it's very nice. Let's see. We've got a couple other people checking in. Y'all ask us whatever questions you have.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be about the Rockwall. You can ask us anything about building on your land. We've got Brianna joining us, building a Driftwood, now the Barton Springs in Bell County walkthrough this weekend. Yes.
She's
Awesome.
asking, like, yes, it is in fact
Yes.
now the Barton
Yes.
Spring.
It is. So
What is
what
she
we
talking
did,
about, Don? What did you do? We just wave a magic wand and change a plan? You do that?
I changed the name. Woo!
No,
No, so what happened is we had the Driftwood, and then the Driftwood, the Barton Springs model, as it is now called, has the 2.5 car garage on the front, and we had so many people asking us to take that garage off that we actually ended up with a sister plan called the Cypress. And the two were essentially the same plan. And so what we've done is, we've been going through and refreshing our portfolio, changing up our plans and kind of modernizing them. When we got to those two plans, we decided to put them back together as one plan. So it is very much, the model hasn't changed. You can still build the model exactly like it is, but the plan is now called the Barton Springs because that garage is optional. So it's not part of the base plan anymore, but very easily added on. So that's kind of what happened there, because with that change, the price on that home changed drastically, and we didn't want people confused or upset or any of that. So we figured kind of the simplest thing for people coming in was to change the name of the plan. So yes, it is now called the Barton Springs. But same beautiful.
You just rewrite the narrative. You just change
well, I mean, YouTube is forever, and we have so many videos out there saying the Driftwood includes a garage.
I know, because I had to re-record the video.
Yes,
and I went to try and find the video to figure out what Eric, 5 years ago said about it, and Eric could not find it.
Yes.
So, very thorough job you and your marketing team did of removing all of that.
I'm sure there's still some out. There's plenty of these though where we say it. No, that was the problem. We can't find it in all of these.
And we're glad you're almost done, and we can't wait
Yes.
for you to move in. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Let's see. Will is saying it has definitely been hot. So far, so good. Tomatoes coming in pretty good from the garden. Just got squash and zucchini planted last week. Still getting stuff rearranged from the storms a few weeks ago. Yeah.
It was rowdy.
Yeah, the weather's just been rowdy. Like it's been, I don't know, just been insulting lately.
Dramatic.
Like,
it's been dramatic. It really is.
Yeah, just be nice. Just be nice. We got Andy. Hi, watching from the Grand Canyon South Rim. Okay. Stop over from looking at our Travis A in Needville. 4 to 5 weeks to finish. Awesome.
Beautiful. Yeah. I don't know what the weather's like there, but it's probably cooler than it is here. I did not know. I went to the North Rim of the Grand Canyon earlier this year because we were at a volleyball tournament out that way, and then we turned it into a spring break type trip. But yeah, it was freezing. I was cold.
Oh, wow.
It was awesome. I loved it. Yeah, I could handle that. I decided. Also, was unaware of the. I did a lot of research on where we were going. The elevation, like it's way, I think 7,000 feet or something like that is where we were. Like,
oh wow,
crazy high, 6,000 or 7,000 feet. Yeah, got to walking around out there. I'm like, I am winded. I'm lacking oxygen. Suddenly, let's go to the shops.
Oh wow.
So, anyway, yeah, good time, beautiful place. If you haven't been, that is a true jewel of the American landscape. So. Something else.
I've not made it there yet. I'll have to check it out. We've got Will sharing the Rockwall is a very beautiful home. Eric tells Cheyenne we said hi.
Well, I absolutely will.
And then we've got Diana saying hi from Kyle. Our concrete pour will be Thursday on our Angelina
A.
I'm so excited. Oh, yay.
Very cool. Let's hear it for Hayes County. Let's go.
That's awesome. It's really cool. Very exciting. All right. Well, let's check out the dining areas and some of the other rooms in this home.
Oh, yeah. So immediately adjacent to the kitchen, you're going to see the breakfast nook, which is a great space that accesses the kitchen as well as the outdoor living space. And it has a beautiful art niche with built-in cabinetry that has adjustable shelving that matches the cabinetry in the kitchen and is a really nice custom unique feature. So immediately off of the foyer is a formal dining room, which we've got it set up as a formal dining room in the model home itself. You're going to see some chair rails, some crown molding, and just a really beautiful space for people to gather, but it can be opted to use as any kind of room that you want. On the other side of the foyer, we have set up the flex room as an actual study, which is perfect for a bedroom with its own full en-suite bathroom. So the Rockwall design is a true split bedroom design in that the master is on the opposite side of the home from the spare bedrooms. Immediately off of that hallway is two really large spare bedrooms. They're both over 11 by 13, and they both share access to a Jack and Jill bath. So they both have their own vanity space and then share a water closet, oversized laundry hamper area, and shower. So this is the main gathering space, in my experience of Rockwall living. Right there on the kitchen, and of course the view, right? I mean, you get it from our model home, the one that my in-laws built. It's really, really pretty. Curves around. We got glass on three sides with the door and everything, and plenty big for 6-person. Probably could go even bigger than that if you wanted to. And like you mentioned, the little built-in area for storage. Obviously, we have it decorated lovely in the model, but to be fair, that's where the games go. Okay, so Scrabble and all of the things, Uno and the now all the escape room games.
Okay,
all over there. Yep. Anything we can do to dominate the children and remind them that youth and exuberance is no match for old age and treachery, it goes there in that cubby. So.
Okay. Yeah, I did that to my kids with Oregon Trail as a card game now.
Yes, it is.
They were not prepared.
No. Yeah, somebody got typhoid, somebody died. That's how it went down. That's exactly what happened.
Absolutely.
All I ever wanted to do with Oregon, and by the way, this is what makes it the worst WebEx ever. All I wanted to do with Oregon Trail was just go hunting. I wanted to stop.
Yep.
And I wanted to go hunting, be it bears, squirrel,
buffalo,
deer, whatever. Yeah, and they're like, well, you've killed more meat than you can take back. Like, that's the American way. Welcome. It was Costco before Costco was cool. Like, you could go out there, shoot 900 pounds of meat, have no way to take it back with you whatsoever. But hey, and they wonder why we have now children of that, like That's what we do.
Yeah.
I must have 67 rolls of toilet paper. Why? Because Oregon Trail. That's why. You never know what's going to happen, bro. You may have to cock the wagon and float. You don't know.
You don't know. And of course, it was also like back in the day before we all had our own computers at home. Like only half the kids had the computers at home. So you were like doing this in between like PE and typing class.
On the Apple IIe. And it was like, oh yeah, if you got to put the floppy disk in, you knew what was coming. Oh, that was a good day there. Golly, that was a good day. What great nostalgia. Anyway, my apologies to everyone who doesn't appreciate that. Limited though they may be.
So yeah, this is a great space connected directly to that kitchen. And then you also have a formal dining room that's on the front of the home.
There we go.
And so, yeah, that's also, a great space for doing your more formal dinners. Or, I've seen a lot of people actually use this as their study instead. So great space for that. Great space for homeschooling, whatever. Great playroom, whatever you want to use this space for, or dining room as it was designed to be. And then across the way is that flex room that we have set up as a study, but it also has a very easily done bedroom option because all you got to do is put the doors up. So you're ready to go with that. So just a great little extra space there. Down the hall, you have your additional bedrooms. Both are really good size and connected by that Jack and Jill bath. So they each have their own sink and vanity area and are just sharing the other necessities between them. So good layout there. Let's see.
Some other folks are joining us or other.
We do. We have Brianna asking if there is a pest control treatment before closing.
Great question, Brianna. So what we do is actually during the frame stage of your home. So whenever, right after the frame goes up, and typically after the plumbing goes in, ABC currently is our provider. ABC, I think, what is their name this week? Home and Commercial Services. ABC Home and Commercial Services, because they do it all, by the way. They do everything.
Right.
It used to be ABC Pest Pool and Lawn, and I can actually remember the jingle in my head, but I will spare you the jingle.
And you can tell it's an older company because they named themselves to be first in the phone book.
And they're good old Aggie owned and operated too. So they'll come out, and that's actually part of the code is we do a BoraCare treatment. So we treat the perimeter of the home, but the inside wall of that. So once the OSB is up, the plumbing is roughed in, they spray a treatment all the way around the exterior 2 feet up on the inside of that exterior wall. And then every plumbing penetration that comes up is sprayed 2 feet. So like where your kitchen sink is, your bathroom sinks, showers, all that kind of stuff. Those are all done. Outside of that, we don't do any kind of pest control. We don't know what people want, and there are people that are allergic to things. So we don't, because the code doesn't require that, aren't going to decide what you need to do ultimately. ABC can offer you services, or you can get local pest control if you want to. But I do recommend, particularly if you're building in the country, get some pest control. Going to be things out there that were out there before the house was there, and they're going to want to reclaim their space. So, the houses are built really, really tight, and that's good, but that's not going to stop them from wanting to get in. And then you have lights on in the evening, and they're like, oh, beacon. Let's
shelter.
So anyway, definitely something to consider. But a lot of those things are there to help you. It's a constant battle in our house, whether we kill the spiders or not. The spiders lose often, by the way, but I'm not there to protect them and validate why they're there.
I'm deathly allergic to spiders, so yes, they all got to go. All right. We got Will saying, y'all have a blessed day and weekend. I got to check on the farm critters, but he did enjoy our Oregon Trail flashbacks first. So it was the day. It was great. Love those times. And then we've got Julie saying, we built a live oak and it is incredible. Loved our experience with Tilson. Logan Pryor and Jody Drew are better than amazing. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that.
Thanks, Julie. We appreciate that very much. Yeah, in the 80s, if you got to either do Oregon Trail or dodgeball, either of those two things, because there were special treats in the Montgomery schools anyway. Like, it wasn't an everyday thing you're going to do Oregon Trail or dodgeball. But if you rolled into PE and they said we're playing dodgeball today, that was going to be a good day.
See, PE, my favorite was when you walked in and they had the parachute.
Oh, yes, the parachute. Yeah, that's hard to beat.
We were easily entertained in the 80s. We really were.
Man, was a good different time without phones. All right, guys, keep dropping your questions into the chat. We'll answer all of them. If not, we're going to talk about, Oregon Trail and rainbow parachutes. So, but jump in, ask your questions about financing, about construction, about design, about changes, about utilities, site work, whatever needs to happen. We're here to answer them, but we'll fire up the next video.
All right, we're going to look at the bonus spaces and the garages.
Cool. Best parts of the house. So if people are hanging out in the house and folks want to go upstairs and play some games, we've actually opted to put the bonus room feature in the model home. So you can cruise up there, check out the game room. We've got lots of space to sit there. You can play poker. You can have a pool table. It's large enough for that. And the best part about it is it does have its own separate bathroom. So you've got a shower up there. You can have guests that can stay up there, maybe some type of a Murphy bed or fold out. And we've opted to put a theater room up there. We've set it up as a theater room, but we have lots of customers who set it up as a craft space or a sewing room as well. So the Rockwall is truly designed for country living. We've dedicated a tremendous amount of the space of the home for a mudroom, drop zone area, utility room, and 2 separate garages. So the first garage you're going to notice is a oversized 2-car garage that is really a guy's dream come true in that it has its own separate 12 by 12 workspace area off the front of those 2-car garage. And on opposite that, we have a separate toy style garage where it's big enough to accommodate kind of a UTV side-by-side, 4-wheelers, or riding lawnmower. So on the mudroom itself, you're going to notice a drop zone area, a bench, place to put muddy boots and things like that. Then immediately off of that mudroom is a utility room that has an entire wall of cabinetry for lots of storage in the utility space, as well as room for a freezer, full-size stand-up freezer, and washer, dryer, and lots of storage and places to fold clothes. One of the biggest reasons people buy from Tilson Homes is to enjoy the outdoor living on their land, and the Rockwall is really designed to accommodate that. You're going to walk immediately off of the kitchen breakfast room area onto one of the largest covered patio spaces we include in any of our homes. Plenty of space. It's almost half again the size of the family room, so it really is like having another room on the home. You can go out there and cook, hang out, watch those beautiful sunrises and sunsets on your land.
All right.
Yeah, so the bonus room in the setup with the in Driftwood, this is the theater room is what they've done. But yeah, I mean it's enormous. You can see we've got 2 living areas, and this shot's kind of being taken from the stairs. I think it's 2 steps up to the theater room because where the ceiling of the kitchen works out. But you got the bathroom space there. This is where they do all the watching and things, and then this is cousin camp. So like. All the pallets are laid out, the cots, and there's like 8 kids in there and mayhem. And I know that they sleep because 10 o'clock in the morning rolls around and they're not down there yet. But I don't know what time they go to sleep. But truly, they can be up there doing air hockey, watching a movie, whatever, and we virtually can't hear them downstairs. So which is really kind of cool.
That's great.
Yeah. When you can't hear them, though, that's when cause for concern.
Yeah.
What is really nice, though, about this, and we didn't point out in the video, and I should have done that. That's my fault, is the full door access to the attic from this theater room.
Okay.
So you got this door is going back out to the bonus room, but imagine behind where this picture is being taken from, there is a door, a 6-foot 8-inch tall door, regular door that goes into the attic directly. So nice for getting the decorations in and out, or any kind of things you got to store in and out of there. And again, with all the homes now being spray foam, it makes for a much more comfortable and climatized space. It's not nearly as hot in spray foam attics as it is in conventional insulated attics. So it's possible to go in there in the summertime without walking through a wet blanket and suffocating. So
okay.
Anyway, something worthy of noting. The Breckenridge and the Fredericksburg are a couple others I can think of offhand that have that full door access going into the attic space. And it's super nice.
I think the Canyon does too with the bonus room.
It does. Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah.
It sure does.
All right. So this is a drop zone and the utility room. So that's in between the 2 garages. Is where you find these. But yeah, lots of storage, good space to just drop all the muddy boots, backpacks, all of that, so they don't get distributed throughout the rest of the home. So yeah, just great little practical space.
It is an exit, sort of, but joke's on you. You're going to end up in the garage. You're still trapped. So
And these are those garages that we were talking about. So you can see the larger picture underneath the word garage. That is the 2-car garage, and you can see it's got that huge space for storage. That's back over there, a good workshop, that situation. And then you've got the smaller kind of toy garage right next to it, and those are separated by a covered porch. So.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. My brother-in-law has his wood shop set up in the little garage, and does all his woodworking in there. And yeah, it's just, and then the lawnmower and all that is in the large
storage
workshop.
area. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that'll work too.
Very cool. Very versatile. Very cool.
Very, very versatile. And then this is that rear porch. Again, this house is so large that it looks small, but this is actually almost 19 feet by 12 feet is how big that covered back porch is. So great space, lots of room to entertain and just enjoy the outdoors.
Yeah, and it's really pretty. What you can't see real good in this picture is the armadillo holes, because we have an armadillo that's declared war on us there at the Melissa office. So good job on getting the photography right, where you don't see the armadillo.
Yes. Yeah. We've got lots of wildlife. Georgetown has a fox. Everybody has their own stuff.
Our menagerie of animals that we have on our locations.
Yes. So that is the Rockwall model. We did have a couple more questions come through, so let's answer those, and then we'll kind of talk about the options. So Andy's asking, should the flat work be done before or after the final grading?
Okay. So Andy, it can be done either. I kind of lean towards afterwards. It's when I did mine personally, because I wanted, it depends on the situation of the driveway, right? So on some situations you're going to need, obviously you want water to flow away from your garage. So in my case, I was the same deal, and I didn't have a whole lot of drop to work with. So I wanted our final grade contractor to go ahead and establish that where the water was going to run away, and then to the front of the back of the home. That way I could tell my flat work contractor, like, hey, okay, so this grade that's here, that's the grade we need to maintain when you start doing the flat work. So with your transit, your laser level, I need you to make sure that whatever you do, it follows this gradient. That way I knew that water would flow away from my foundation in a heavy rain. So I liked it done afterwards. That it does make for a little bit of elbow grease afterwards. When the flat work contractor is done and they pull their forms off and pull the stakes out, you'll need to do a little more raking and shoveling around, or maybe you can negotiate with them to do that. But that was the only additional kind of work that needed to be done. It was kind of re-prettying it up after that was done. But it was more important to me that the grade be established. So if that's not an issue all the way around your house, and it really doesn't matter if you do it before or after. But I like it done later in the process because I don't want our contractors parking on it.
Right.
So if you need to put some kind of fencing or yellow tape around it after it's done, and no vehiculos, and no traffic, foot traffic only, something like that, because you can't help but you want to know how you prevent getting tire marks on new concrete. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Here's how you do it.
Keep the cars off it.
Yeah, don't ever drive on it. That's how you do it. But we do want the first tire marks to be on it to be your tire marks. So that's really the only point of that, is give it some time to cure and let you christen it, not us. So.
All right. And let's see, we've got Cleve, who is watching from Maiko, closing on our Rockwall in August.
Oh, congratulations, Cleve. That's awesome.
And then we have Collins, who asked me a question that's a great segue, asking if a cathedral ceiling is available in the living room and what direction it would go.
Dawn, can it be done?
It can be done. So let's take a look at how we do that. So there is, I'm in our interactive floor plans online, and yes, there is a cathedral ceiling option in the family room, and it's going to run this way. So it's going to run from the kitchen into this wall. So, not out onto the covered porch. It's going to run the opposite way. One other thing that does make this plan popular that a lot of people ask us about is this is one of the plans where you can do that cathedral ceiling and you can still have your bonus room with your cathedral ceiling in your living room, because the bonus room is situated over this area instead of over the living room. So you're able to do that as well. And then I just wanted to talk through. Oh, you look like you're
real quick, if I may.
You may.
You could do a cathedral ceiling front to back. It's not one of the
Okay.
pre-done options, so we would have to price that out. We could do the truss and all that, but it can be done where you run a cathedral ceiling front to back. Now, understanding that it's not going to be centered up on the foyer, right? It would be centered up on that family room
Yeah, it'd
wall
be
on the floor.
here-ish.
Yeah, it can be done. So if you're interested in doing that, get with your design consultant and they can price that out.
Okay, awesome. Well, some of the things I did want to show is this space with the storage garage and the 2-car garage and all of this. We've got our drafting team really did some cool options that I want to show everybody if this isn't exactly how you wanted that space done. You can do an exercise room, which actually replaces that storage garage with an even bigger walk-in closet. But then you'd have an exercise room right here off of the master bedroom. So you can have that space, or even a separate, you could even use that as a study if you work from home and don't want to be in the main living area of the space. Would be a good video room, Eric.
Yeah.
We might have to do that. We have to think about that.
Cool.
You also have a hobby room option, which takes that second garage and turns it into a hobby space. So connects it to the rest of the home, but then it's just a separate room that you can do whatever hobby things you want to do in there. And then there's also an option for a full separate guest suite. So it takes that secondary garage and turns it into a guest room with another full bathroom. So just lots of different things you can do with this house. Mm-hmm. All righty. Well, let's see. We do have a couple more questions, and then I think we are about ready to finish up.
Awesome.
We've got Joe saying, after a lively day in spring, I forgot what traffic was all about. Wow, great program. Still ready to get to the country. Highly recommend. Oh, thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you coming by there too, man.
That event in spring was fun. We're going to have to do that again. I think I know the next one's going to be Waco. August 5th, we'll be doing our grand opening out there. So I know, Eric, I will be there. Are you going to be there?
Yeah, I'm going to Waco August 5th. You bet.
Yep. And we're going to do same thing. We're going to have a construction seminar. It's actually going to be the vice president of construction for the area, Nick Yates, is going to give that presentation. And then we'll do something very similar to celebrate the opening of those 2 models. So it's going to be awesome. It'll be fun.
Be a blast. You should probably start flying now.
I'll start driving now. We've got Kimberly saying, you and your subcontractors are amazing. Tomorrow is the 3-week point since slab was poured. Next week, roof will be done. Crazy how fast this is all getting done. I love it. That's awesome.
Oh, thanks, Kimberly. Thanks for sharing. That's great.
And she's saying it's Gabe. Gabe is her builder. That's what she was trying to say. Okay. Gabe. All right, awesome. And then Collins is asking, is there a standard width for electric fireplaces?
There probably is. Certainly the one that we offer, and pardon me for turning my head away from the camera, but I got that computer over here. I got that like central command going on up here, guys. This bunker is lit up and legit. So, let's see. While I look at that, that's probably my luck is the last question.
It is. Somebody else say something so we can talk to you.
You press the extras. Okay, I'm finding it now. I'll have to log into my Microsoft account. Just stand by.
Are you going to have to do a duo push?
Most likely, yeah. We're super secure here at the Tilson Home Corporation, folks. Don't ever, just uncompromisable data security. Okay. So the question's about the electric fireplace. I'll probably have to find the model of it and then go from there. But yeah, it's not going to be on here. We may have to get a private message out to Collins on YouTube somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the one that we offer, it's in the Waxahachie Design Center, and it's obviously specifications wise, but it's also in the Angelina. In the Angelina model in Waco. I'm going to guess it's about 48 inches wide is what it appears, 42 to 48 inches wide. It's definitely not as tall as a normal fireplace. And just forgive me, I don't have the price book portion pulled up to be able to get that without jumping through a whole bunch of VPN hoops. And here we go.
I found the drafting notes. It looks like the options are 48 and 60.
Okay, yeah. So 48 inches is the minimum, and they're again, you can change the colors on them, but yeah, you got a 48-inch and a 60-inch electric fireplace. But the thing about that, they're measured. They're longer and shorter than an ordinary, like 42-inch fireplace, which is more like a little more boxy in the opening. So it looks a little bit more like a TV, but even wider, really. So if you think about TV dimensions are measured diagonally, so something to consider. But they're good looking. And when we get the Angelina done up, we'll have it, of course, photographed and all that kind of good stuff. But
yeah, I'm trying to see. Actually, here's a picture of one in a customer home.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like I think it's 48 this way and 20 this way.
Yeah, it's 48 wide, 20 inches tall. So that's going to be the minimum. And then there's a 60-inch option, which is a little bit bigger, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. All righty. And then we've got Cody giving a shout out to Summer. She's doing an awesome job on our Canyon C in San Marcos.
Yeah,
awesome.
That's wonderful.
Thank you, Cody. That's wonderful to hear.
Saw her on Thursday, in fact. It was awesome.
All right. And that is the last question I see. So this is last call for questions, folks.
Yeah, folks, thanks for reaching out and watching this. Obviously, none of this that we do here does justice to going and seeing them. So definitely, if you can, make a trip to see the models, because that's A, why we built them, and B, get a better idea of the space. Even if it's not the model you're going to build, if you can go look at one that, this has an 11 by 13 spare bedroom.
Right.
Well, I'm wanting to build 11 by 13. Like, bedroom's a bedroom's a bedroom. Like, go try it on and see, how does it feel? Is enough space? Is it arranged the way I want it to be arranged? So we have one more question, I think.
We do. She's saying, I'm late to the show, but we just started the Tilson process. We had an amazing first meeting with Matthew and Angleton, and super excited to get this process going. Awesome.
Oh, awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks. Way to go, Matthew. So yeah, folks, again, the journey doesn't have to end here, right? I mean, obviously we are here each and every week to answer your questions, but also we have a website, award-winning website that has all these plans on there, all the customizations, the things that Don was playing with on the cathedral ceilings and Jack and Jill baths. All that is interactive on the website. We are, I think at this point, they may have some, I think we're the only on your land builder that puts the pricing on its website.
Yes.
So let that sink in. Competition. You're copying everything else we do. Why don't you go copy that? Why don't you put the pricing up there? Or do you have something to hide? Maybe that's why. So yeah, no, the transparency is real, folks. Get on the website, look, check it out. But really, the pricing is on there. I don't know why they wouldn't put the pricing on there, but there's got to be a reason. So we got an Instagram page, we got a Facebook page, we got a YouTube channel, all of which have tons and tons of content on them. We got 12 design centers open 7 days a week with like live human beings, knowledgeable, equipped, trained live human beings there to help answer your questions. And guys, almost all those offices have construction personnel popping in and out too. So if you got a construction question, it's not going to be unheard of we can go pull a superintendent in and answer that question. So drop into those offices. Obviously, we got the new home specialist waiting on standby to answer your questions, make appointments for you, whatever works for you guys. However you wanted to get your questions answered on this journey, get your questions answered. I mean, the whole point is for you to be familiar, to trust, whether I hope it's us that you end up letting build your home. But if it's not, just be sure you trust the person and be sure you trust the process and have your questions answered. And there's nothing out there that you're unsure of, like the price. So don't ever hesitate to reach out to us. And thank you all for watching. Thank you, the customers that have trusted us, prospects that are considering us. And we genuinely soon hope to make you part of the Tilson family. We'll see y'all later.
Bye, everybody.